10,000 police officers will hit the streets across the country as part of the festive season safety campaign. Those that will be deployed will be tasked with monitoring popular entertainment hotspots. We're now joined by Birgadier Athlenda Mathe, who speaks for the South African Police Services. Thank you very much, Birgadier, for your time this afternoon. What informed the decision of 10,000 officers?
Well, a very good afternoon, and thank you for the opportunity. So 2 years ago, the President of the country, His Excellency Mr. Cyril Ramaphosa, announced that government would make resources and funds available for police to increase their footprint on the ground in the form of more personnel at the stations. So last year, we received the first 10,000 police officers that we recruited and trained. They've already been deployed to various stations across the country to ensure that they act as force multipliers, but to assist us in crime prevention efforts throughout the country. So this week, we are seeing another 10,000 police officers graduating. This is the second batch that will be graduating. They too are going to be deployed to the various police stations across the country, our various units and so on, just to ensure that we heighten police visibility. We ensure that there's more boots on the ground to serve and protect communities.
Which police stations in particular?
So all the provincial commissioners do what we call a needs analysis, and based on that information, we deploy our police officers to stations that what we call crime weight stations. Those are stations where crime is most reported. But we also look at the provinces that have the most populations and the where crime is escalating. We look at Gauteng, we look at Western Cape. Those are two of the provinces that will receive the biggest chunk of police officers. But we also what we also do is to conduct a crime pattern and a crime analysis. So what we do is then deploy according to the crime patterns and the crime analysis recommendations.
I know a police station, for instance, that always comes up in the crime statistics would be Jeppe police station, for instance. And so what is it that residents need to know? When you say they're going to be at police stations, does that mean or what does it mean, right? So will we see them in terms of visibility each and every single day?
Absolutely. So these 10,000 police officers have been undergoing a very rigorous training for the past 9 months, in which they were trained as fully fledged constables. So what residents can expect is really to see more personnel, especially where there was a shortage of capacity in those stations. They'll see more boots on the ground in terms of heightened police visibility. And I can confirm to you that as soon as they graduate, the last batch graduates on Friday, many of them will be deployed to the various provinces to assist in our safer festive operations that have already started as early as the 13th of October. We are already seeing the significant results from those heightened police visibility operations. We have arrested 75,000 suspects for various crimes ranging from murder, rape, assault, GBH since the 13th of October. Stuff like more than 450 vehicles that were either hijacked or stolen have also been recovered. So this just talks to the capacity on the ground, but this also talks to police really demonstrating their capabilities and expertise in ensuring that they serve and protect communities this busy holiday season.
Will the police officers that will be deployed be working in conjunction with the are they called peace officers, or are they called by the Premier of Gauteng? Will they be in conjunction with that force?
Look, as the SAPS, we work with all stakeholders. We work with all law enforcement officers. We work together with the crime wardens. where they serve as force multipliers. They serve as our eyes and ears on the ground. But we also work with private security to ensure that we heighten police visibility, but also with the sharing of information, the sharing of resources, as well as the sharing of tools to ensure that we protect communities, but most importantly, that we trace these perpetrators that are committing these crimes. Our heightened police visibility is centered around ensuring that we detect and we remove illegal, unwanted, and unlicensed firearms from our streets. We ensure that we remove drugs from our streets. I think the SAPS has done quite well in that aspect. Every week we have been seizing drugs with millions of rands. Just last week, we seized 151 million rand worth of cocaine at the Durban Harbour. So that just talks to the operations on the ground. It talks to the joint and coordinated operations from all stakeholders that are involved in the fight against crime. But our most important stakeholder are our communities. Our communities really need to come on board and really supply police with information. But most importantly, they need to join the community police forums at the stations so that they are able to work closely. We are able to work closely to identify challenges in communities, but most importantly, work jointly to strategize on solutions that are required in communities.
All right. Thank you so much. Brigadier Athlenda Mathe speaks for the South African Police Services.